Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will discuss chapter 4 from moment of class 9th, that is In the Kingdom of Fools. In the Kingdom of Fools is a folk tale that brings to light the dangers posed by foolish people. The story is about a kingdom where the king and the ministers are nothing but fools. They reverse the order of day and night and punish anyone who violate the laws. A guru and his discipline arrive in the kingdom only to find that everyone performed the chores after evening and slept at night. After this, a series of events follows which lead to the downfall of the king and his minister. Now, let's start the story. So, in the kingdom of fools, the king and the minister were idiots. They ordered all things to be reversed. They decided to change night into day and day into night. They ordered people to do day's work in night and sleep in the day. Anyone not obeying was to be punished with death. So, people out of fear did as they were asked to do. This delighted the king and the minister. Once a guru and his discipline arrived in the city. They found everyone asleep during the day. No activity was observed. It amazed them. They wandered till evening. Then the people woke up. They started doing their nighty business. Now the two were hungry. They bought some food item. The price of everything was same. A single duru. This surprised and delighted them. The guru realized that it was really a kingdom of fools. The guru decided to leave the city of fools. He asked his discipline also to leave the place. But the discipline didn't want to do so for cheap food. The guru advised the discipline that nothing could be predicted of fools. But the discipline didn't care. He remained behind. Time passed on. The discipline ate to his fill. As a result, he became very fat. One day, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house. He was taking out the stolen things. Just then, the wall of the old house fell on his head. He was killed instantly. The brother of the thief complained to the king about his death. He blamed the owner of the house for his brother's death. The king heard the accused. He accused him of killing the thief, but the owner said that he was innocent. He said that the person who built the wall was responsible. He didn't make the good wall. The king decided to summon the bricklayer. Here, the summon means order to present at a time on the urgent basis. Now, the king summons the bricklayer. The king asks the bricklayer if he had built the wall. He accused him of killing the thief. Before the king could order his death, the bricklayer pleaded innocence. He told the king that he could not concentrate while building the wall. A dancing girl moved in the street, so she was responsible for it. Because the dancing girl who was going up and down that street all the day with her anklet jiggling, and he could not keep his eyes and mind on the wall while he was building. The dancing girl is summoned. Now the king charged the dancing girl of killing the thief. The dancing girl said that the goldsmith was responsible for it. She had given some gold to him. He had to make some jewelry for her. He was lazy. He did not make the jewelry early. So she had to walk up and down the street. So it was the goldsmith's fault. Now the king ordered to summon the goldsmith. The goldsmith replied that there was a wedding in the rich man's house. He had to make jewelry for him, so he could not finish the jewelry for the dancing girl in time. Goldsmith told to the king that I am a poor goldsmith. It's true. I made this dancer come many times to my door. I gave her excuses because I couldn't finish making her jewelry before I finished the rich merchant orders. They had a wedding coming and they wouldn't wait. You know how impatient rich men are. Now the king declared the rich man to be murdered. He was also the owner of that house, but he said that his father had ordered the jewelry. The king consulted his minister. He decided that the owner be punished in his father's place. The king asked for a new stake to be made ready for the owner to die. But the owner was very thin. He could not be executed. The king was worried about it. Then he ordered search a man who was fit for the stake. He should be executed. Now the discipline was found fit for the stake. He was brought to the place of execution. The discipline now remembered his wise guru's words. He prayed to his guru. The guru had magic power to see the past and the future. He saw everything. He arrived at once to save his discipline. He told his discipline something in a low voice. The discipline understood this. Now the guru and the discipline now started fighting. The guru wanted to die first. The king asked the guru why he wanted to die. The guru told the king in his ear that their city was unique. This was the stake of God of justice. The stake was new. It was never used earlier on criminal. Whoever died on it first would be born a king. Whoever died next would be born as a minister. Now the king thought over the whole case. He didn't want to lose the kingdom even in his next birth also. So he talked to his minister. The king said that they would go on stake themselves. Thus they would be reborn as king and minister again. The king and the minister went secretly to the prison. They released the guru and the discipline. They put themselves in their place. So they were taken to the stake and executed. Now the dead bodies of the king and the minister were taken down. The people mourned their death. Here mourn means to feel sorrow. They discussed the future of the kingdom. Suddenly, some people thought of the guru and the discipline. They were secretly leaving the city. People saw them. They requested them to be their new king and the minister. But they put one condition. It was to change all the old laws. So they changed the laws. This was the overall story, The Kingdom of Fools. Hope you understood it properly. Thank you.